we've gone nuclear on it, and now I'm trying to figure out the best way to maintain this. Hey friends, Joe the Farmer here. In today's video, we're going to seed our food plots. If you follow the channel in one of our previous videos, I was a little confused about what to do. You know, we've had a lot of grass overtake things in like a lot of the country. We've had super dry and extremely hot weather. I know that a lot of you are doing the same thing. So the question is, how do you change your game plan a little bit? So in today's video, I'm going to show you kind of what I'm going to do. I think it should be successful. I have certain areas that have actually laid out that are already pre-planned. Where we're doing no-till, it's already burned off, and that's where I'm going to plant the brassicas today. So the seed I'm using is Whitetail Food Plots USA. I've used these, this is the third season now. I've had tremendous success with this seed. It's very high quality. There's no filler in the bag, as you can kind of see, and they're not paying me anything to say that. So we're going to put out our brassicas today. It's about mid-August. Here in Tennessee, you plant your brassicas about mid-August, and then we will top dress with cereal grains, rye, the Dixie grains and radish blend that my friend Paul came up with Whitetail Food Plots, and that should be done in about 3 to 4 weeks. We have about 4 or 5 days of rain in the forecast, so today should be a fantastic day to do it. Not to mention the fact that it's not burning hot out here. Like I'm not sweating through my clothes for once. But let's hop in the Coleman UTV and head out to the food plot, and we're just gonna spread some seed out, talk a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it, and we'll see if it works. So the beauty of YouTube is that if y'all have a better idea, you'll probably let me know, and hopefully, you know, give me some suggestions. And if it works, then we'll see in subsequent videos that it worked. So let's do it. Okay, so in a previous video, I talked about how we burned this specific spot. You know, we have this trail kind of going straight through here and going into that kind of sanctuary area over here. So this is all going to be brassica, and then I'm going to top dress it with Dixie grains and radish. So the ground is perfectly ready for it. There's soil everywhere. So this should be a great brassica spot. The only thing that I'm worried about really here on these plots is how much grass is in this one. Again, that's called the Narnia plot, and this one, which is the hilltop plot. So today I'm just going to spread out the brassica seed. If you're new to food plotting, you've never done this before, even with a no-till, be very reserved on how much seed you're putting out. Brassica wants space to grow and to actually kind of expand. You don't want to go crazy, and you know, more seed is not better in this kind of circumstance. But I'm going to get this thing rolling, and praise Jesus for this weather. My gosh, it's nice out today. It's like, this feels like spring or fall, which we never had a spring here in Tennessee this year. It just went from freezing cold to nuclear hot. But let's get the seed on the ground, and I'll get out of this area because this kind of belongs to the deer. So when I'm doing a food plot, I really like to keep it low tech. I would love to have a really nice seed drill or something like that. That would be amazing, because then we can get corn and soy beans out here, and that's something I really would like to do. But I keep it low tech. I use an Earthway or just a bag spreader. I know you can get these at most stores. And for the brassica side, I'm going to use some beets and turnips, again from Paul at Whitetail Food Plots USA. What's nice about this bag is that it'll tell you exactly how much space, which most bags do, but you know, this will tell you when to plant, how to plant, and if not, Paul's website is a great place to look for a lot of information on, you know, different kinds of food plot seed. So we're going to do beets and turnips, and then we're going to use rut thyme tubers. They're similar blends. I like to do different ones just because you never really know what the deer are going to want. Rather than go with a half acre or a whole acre of the same seed, you know, as Paul, you know, the owner of this company says, he knows a ton about food plotting. He'll say, you know, create the salad bar, right? You may want a specific thing off the salad bar, and some things you may want to pass on at that time. So if you have everything, you know, not mixed together, but in different strips or in different kind of little patches, it can work really well, and you can also find out what your soil likes the best. So brassica seed is very small. As you can see, it's kind of like the size of like a mustard seed. And what I do is, I've had a lot of questions ask me, what setting do I set this on? It's just a feel thing. I just kind of nudge the thing out a little bit until I see that I'm getting good seed spreading right. there's no science to that. I mean, that's just a feel thing. Just remember, you can walk back over it twice if you need to, but don't dump all the seed in one spot because it's not going to grow well and you're out of seed. So let's do it. So I did one pass, still have a bunch of seed left, so I'm obviously not putting enough out. It's the beauty of kind of taking your time. You only do this really once or twice a year, so having a feel for it, yeah, it may take a minute to get it back. So also found a huge buck footprint. Now we're going to go with the rut time tubers. Give you an idea what that seed looks like. Again, tiny little mustard seeds. So you just want to spread them out. If you don't have a bag spreader, you can always do it the old-fashioned way, as we know. But the bag spreader does a good job. Okay. So this one's done. I think that maybe took me 10 minutes, so really didn't take much time at all. Let's go over here. I'm going to tell you what my plan is. I don't want to talk too much, A, because a lot of people give me a hard time for talking too much, and two, I don't want to, my voice to be carrying around here because there's a lot of deer bedded around here. Any of the bare areas that my tractor has left in the soil, I'm going to just by hand fill them in with a little bit of brassica seed. It's bare dirt, bare soil. So why not have something there besides just bare soil? And this brassica seed is going to do very, very well. And that will give a couple stopping points. And again, it's more nourishment, it's good for the soil, but it's also, when you're hunting, you want to have some kind of, food there for the deer to eat. And the more food, the better. So this right here is going to be a huge brassica plot with Dixie grains and radish, which is a cereal grain blend mixed in. And then here, I'm going to actually reseed those plots with the seed that was originally there. One is Plot Perimeter, and the other one is Meadow Mix Plus. Again, these are both Whitetail Food Plots USA products. They're great products. There is grass in there, but this will continue to germinate, and this is going to be clover and that blend anyway. It's good for the beasts. It's good for a lot of different wildlife. So that to me is it should be a good plan. But again, I'm going to take and hand spread some brassica seed in some of those other little tire tracks in some of those areas where you may have a 2 foot by 2 foot bare soil spot. And why give up on the plot? Why come out here and till it and spend the time and money and diesel and everything else to till all of that and also have erosion issues when I can just sprinkle some seed in there and maybe that'll do the job. So let's head that way and do it. Time to get the brassicas. You can see all these bare spots. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of the rut time tubers in there. That should be good because again, these little bare spots, there's nothing going to grow in there but grass or weeds. So if I put the brassica in there, it's good for the soil and it accomplishes what we're trying to do. So, all right, I'm going to move the other side of the farm. So this back behind me, this is an even better example. There's huge patches of just, thatch and dead grass and dead whatever was there. So you don't have to go through this process of thinking that your food plot has to look like something out of a magazine or whatever. This is just a great way to make this fail safe, right? So we had an existing crop here, which was clover. We had a bad drought, no rain, so grasses and weeds started taking over. By mowing it has kept it at bay. There's still plenty of clover in here, but now step 2 is fill in these, you know, grassy areas that, or excuse me, the bare areas. And if that doesn't work with this seed and I don't see any kind of success there, the third thing what I would do is I'm just going to top dress it with cereal grains and radish. So the Dixie grains and radish, great blend. Super excited about having that out here this year. But I mean, this way we're going to have food. When we're hunting this year, we're out here with friends and people are looking at it, they may not think to themselves, man, that just looks like a beautiful sea of perfectly green manicured food plot. I don't really care. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm really doing it to make sure the soil is constantly getting some kind of nutrition, whether it's nitrogen or just organic matter from mowing and breaking it down. And the other thing is that if you have something planted, you're not going to have nearly as many weeds. So we've killed this back so many times with glyphosate, which I get a hard time about it, but it works. And still, I mean, there's like, we've gone nuclear on it, and now I'm trying to figure out the best way to maintain this and still have a great hunting season. And really, hunting season is just watching animals, right? You just want to see animals out here eating and enjoying the property, and you know, you barely ever touch your rifle sometimes. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the seed out, and rather than bore you guys by making you watch me put more seed out, I'll just end the video here, and I'll keep you posted on how this is working. I mean, I know that it almost was going through my mind, I should really consider just tilling this up and starting over, but there's too much good to till it and be done with it. You know, it kind of hit that teetering point to me where I said, it's not worth time, effort, energy, cost, and everything else to just destroy what's here. Let's just see if we come up with a better plan. This is the plan I've come up with. And again, I know I'm going to get comments saying you can't plant brassica and clover together. I know that. The brassica will overtake the clover because the clover grows a lot slower. However, the brassica is just going in little pockets, and by this time next year, it'll be a memory and build that little pocket of soil. Who knows why the clover didn't take there? It may just be a bad patch of soil. Well, by putting some brassica or something else in there, it's going to create organic matter, more nutrients for the soil. Maybe we don't have a bare spot next year. Or it could be my 8,000-pound tractor doing it too. Anyway, I'm going to spread the seed out and end the video here, but I appreciate y'all watching. Come along with us in the future. We'd love to have you. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's have a great season this year. Catch you on the next one. I'm Joe the Farmer. We out.